What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first of many videos of a new series. We're going to go for the 6-week birthday bench press program. So the next 6 weeks, we're going to cover the birthday bench press program, a birthday program I've created for myself and two of my athletes who all share the same birthday around about that first week of September. And the goal is to improve our bench press by 5 to 10 kilos. Today, we're going to start with session 1, which is actually session 4, because we like to confuse people on starting in different positions, mainly because all of my athletes wanted to choose the high intensity session first, and as a collective we perform max reps at 90% and see how well we go. I'll leave a full link to the full breakdown of the birthday bench press cycle, which includes the 3 bench press sessions and the squatting session. If you're interested in joining along, you can join along on the program from where I'm up to by clicking the link in the description. There'll be a link to Fitter, and that'll cover off the birthday bench press program. It's about $15 a week, not too expensive. You guys enjoy that. Anyway, enough salesy pitchies. Let's get into it. So the start of the program has a specific warm-up for each bench day. Now, if you have specific rehabilitation work and other little nits and grits that you want to do before, you're more than welcome to. This is just more of a basic recommendation for the majority of people. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but that doesn't matter. The movements you won't see in the video, we did do our double external rotations with 4-second tempo lower, building some external rotation strength and building some shoulder stability, as well as protecting those shoulders. I ended up getting 6 kilos per side for 8 reps, which was pretty good. Then we hit the behind the neck lat pull downs. I believe I was able to hit 110 kilos on that one, or 11 on our machine. That was 2x10. And then we start with the real meat and gravy work, which is the bench press. Now, as a collective, we've all decided to go the pause route, but this one you can choose to touch and go it if you so wish. If pausing isn't nearly your jam, or you're not a competitive powerlifter where pausing isn't necessary. There is pause work in the program on the second day of the session, but this is just for the intensity session. You get a choice and you get to try it to see how well you do. Now, opening up the session, all of us hit the pause, the 90% AMRAP, and we saw some interesting numbers. For the majority of my athletes, and most of us have PB'd recently, we were able to average between 2 and 3 reps. I actually scored the lowest, and I was the only one to get a single and fail my second. The top end, I had my brother Justin, Tristan, and Cameron all hit 3 reps on their pause AMRAP, with I think 2 or 3 of them going for a 4th attempt and failing. So beauty of this component is, even though it's just one set of as many reps as possible at 90%, next week we are repeating the same component to see if we can progress it. Regardless of where you get, the goal is to progress from week to week. It does say the goal is 5 reps. That is for the absolute tippy top end. If you're able to get 5 pause bench press at 90%, you probably don't have that same 1RM anymore. It's time to go up. We progressed onwards in the program to some incline dumbbell bench. Now, I love incline dumbbell bench as a good accessory to some heavy AMRAP sets, purely because incline dumbbell bench isn't necessarily as easy to go heavy on as its conventional flat bench press. 2, we get to work on the shoulders slightly with this particular incline. Having that 45 degrees allows the delts to get a little bit more involvement in the movement. And 3rd, dumbbells, creating stability. We get to work single arms. It's nice. I love putting the AMRAP in to give my athletes a challenge, something to push towards in the accessory, not just because when we get to the accessories we're like, we'll pay it off. So this one was building to a challenging weight that you can perform for 6 to 10 reps. Now, I did 2 sets of 40 kilo dumbbells for about 8 to 10, and then I went for a bonus set of 50s, and I ended up getting 4. Some of my athletes were able to get over 12 rep with the 50 kilo dumbbells, and others were able to hit certain weights that are a little bit lighter, but it's absolutely fine. You're obviously going to a challenging weight for you. We'll get to touch on this one next week again, so you'll get to see if you can progress it ever so slightly. We then actually moved down the list to dips as our 3rd movement rather than chin-ups, but we got back to the chin-ups regardless. The dips, good building pec strength. The main thing with pause benching is improving your ability to sustain the hold in the bottom. Also, building bigger pec muscles will allow us to create more of a stretch reflex to fire out of that bottom position. So that's why I love having dips in the program. It increases the stretch of the pecs, especially if performed correctly. You can load these pretty heavy, depending on your ability level. I was able to personally hit a set of 10 at body weight, which was not too bad. I felt good. good. As I haven't touched dips in a while, so I started relatively light. I did a set of 10 kilos for 10 reps. That felt pretty good. And then I hit 15 kilos for 10 reps, and that was pretty hard. So that was probably a good weight to finish up on the dips, knowing that next week I'll be able to progress from 15 kilos onwards and hopefully try and hit the 3 sets. I believe it goes down to 8 reps at the 15 kilos, which would be cool. Chin-ups was our final movement. Same thing as the incline dumbbell bench press. 2 AMRAP sets, aiming for about 6 to 10 reps overall. If you are going body weight or you're going assisted, it's trying to use the least amount of assistance possible to achieve the 10 reps. If you do achieve 10 reps at body weight, you add kilos to your chin-ups. So it doesn't matter how many kilos, just something that is a slight progression. If the 10 chin-ups at body weight was pretty hard, you might go from body weight to 2.5 kilos. You might go 5 to 10 kilos. I ended up going straight to 10 kilos in the first set because I had confidence behind my chin-ups. I easily got 10 with the 10 kilos. Went to 15, I believe I got 7. Actually, I did 11 with 10 kilos. I lost count. But overall, it was a pretty good first session of the cycle. The main key points that I enjoyed with it was the AMRAP bench press. It gave you an opportunity to push yourself and see what you can truly do. And the good thing about having that repeat next week is knowing that you have a chance or an ability to beat yourself. The bind and lat pull downs and the dumbbell external rotations were a great primer for my bench. I felt genuinely quite warm and ready to go. The chin up and incline dumbbell bench were just a good combination, and they didn't take too long. I feel like sometimes accessories can kind of drag out a little bit, so having accessories that are relatively easy to perform post doing your main lift makes life a little bit easy. And finally, the dips, they were just nice to have in the program. I feel like getting a good pec stretch and overall some decent upper body hypertrophy work is going to be key when it comes to putting on kilos onto your bench press. Now for me, for my overarching goal of this program, my goal is to hit 160 for a pause, which is not something I've done yet. I've touch and go'd 160.5 kilos, but I haven't paused it as of yet. My best pause is about 155. So I would like to get that 160 pause by my 30th birthday. If you want to follow along, as I said in the start, check out the fitter link in the YouTube description and stay followed for session number 2, which is going to be the squat and deadlift session. I'll catch you guys on the next video.